Because Standard & Poor, an international credit rating agency, they've cut Ghana's credit rating by one level amid concerns that external financial support will not be enough to narrow the country's budget deficit. And the rating was lowered from B to B minus, 6 levels below investment grade with a stable outlook. And well, Standard & Poor stated in an email over the weekend, and they said, we see government's fiscal position as structurally weak. We also believe that government will find agreeing and implementing a conditional lending program from fiscal lenders difficult. We're going to the World Bank or the IMF. Now, if we're going to the IMF and then still we can't meet the conditions, then we're in great difficulty.
Well, it has not come out that we are not able to. We've not been able to meet the conditions. But government is still negotiating.
Now we're talking about the downgrading too.
Oh well, it's normal. An economy that is facing such a challenge, definitely, financial institutions, economic gurus, and other things will definitely rate the country, downrate the country. And for me, this is normal. The most important thing is that when the challenges crop up, what is the response of government? How is government going to overcome the challenges? And those are the issues that we need to discuss. As for the ratings, definitely, I don't think within these circumstances that we find ourselves, such an institution will come up and then rate the country very high. No, that will never happen. The only thing we need to do is we've accepted the challenges ahead. Government has put in measures to address the challenges. And for me, these issues of we not being able to fund, especially our budgets, those are critical issues that I believe that government needs to look at. Because I believe that once we've rated ourselves as a middle income earning country, grants will definitely not come. So as a government, if we expect the grants to be delivered by those institutions, it will not come. Likewise, we will not get the loans that we need to the budget support. We will not get those things. And therefore, for me, the only way that we can sustain ourselves as a nation is to look within. And then improve on our Greek, improve on industrial. We should invest more in industrialization. We should invest in our people, to, especially the private sector, to that take the issues of employment up. And those are the areas that we need. And then broaden our tax net to make sure we attract those who are not paying taxes. I've always said that our tax institutions are doing their best, but they are not doing enough. And there are so many challenges that is preventing our tax institutions to deliver. And those things also need to be addressed. And when those things are done, we can bring in more resources and then just forget about these Bretton institutions and other institutions that support our budget. Because once your budget is donor funded, if the funds doesn't come, you will not be able to pay
if your rating is downgraded, it has an implication on your rating outside. And the interest at which you borrow.
Goes very high.
Government should be worried about it, especially since you are in Parliament approving a lot more of the
no, government should be worried for that one. But you see, Ghana has a very, let me say, our economy is not that fragile, weak as compared to other countries. Our economy is still robust. What we need to do in order to improve upon
is to strengthen the fundamentals.
Is being done. And
it's being done.
And what I'm saying, we've not gone to the extent of Greece and other failed states. No, Ghana, we've not reached that point. There is no place in Ghana where people are queuing for food or queuing for, let's say, as pertaining other countries where institutions have failed completely. No, we have not reached that stage. But this is just a short-term challenge. And it's as a result of we not planning, having a long-term plan. Look at the energy sector. Most of our plans over the period has been short-term plans. But the government has taken a bold step to make sure that we have a long-term plan. And this is very costly. It is hurting the economy. But that is the way to go in order to improve our next generation. So government needs to focus on long-term plans. Whatever we do, it should be focused on long-term so that the benefits will expand some more years than always looking at the short-term approach whereby it is done today and then the next day you need to go and then redo the same thing over and over again. It is not helping us. Look at our road network infrastructure. It's the same thing. How do we plan our road networks? Is it for the future? Is it for today? Those are the things that we should be focusing our minds on.
I'm just getting a message on social media, and the viewer is saying, despite all these, government is still in a state of denial that the economy is in a very difficult condition. There's a difficult condition. That's
no, you see, it depends on how you look at it. You see, where you have an economy not performing, it's different from where you have issues of finance. You know, the problem we are facing now is as a result of we not being able to meet our budget requirements. That is the challenge we have, okay? And that has led to institutions not being given the right needed resources that they need to embark on their activities or investments. And that is the only effect that we are having. But in terms of we growing our economy, look, resources in terms of generation of income or revenue is still going up. It's still going up, you see. But the shortfalls, the arrears that we have is what is creating the problem. Because whatever resources you generate, you are using the resource to pay arrears, to pay, how do you call it?
As a result of that, we had overruns in 2012.
Exactly.
We've had overruns in 2013. And 2014, we're going to have overruns.
Yeah.
It's
so
likely even 2015 we're likely to have overruns.
And until those things are cleared, until the backlog is cleared, no amount of resources that we have as a nation will be enough to power our various.
You're telling us that there are difficult times ahead.
Well, in terms of economy is dynamic. It's not static. Every economy is dynamic. You may face challenge today, the next day there will be a budget surplus, or in the next moment you have a budget deficit. So it depends. It's dynamic. It's not static. That's why government is saying that the challenge we are facing today is not something that is going to be there forever. No.
I asked you a question whether we're not being too complacent and in a state of denial, because the Minister of Finance was contacted by Reuters, and he said the downgrade was a surprise and does not reflect government's progress in stabilizing the macroeconomy or prospects for the IMF deal.
Well, definitely, once you are being downgraded,
a clear state of denial.
It gives a negative, how do you call it, signal to the international community.
Well, that's a reality.
Yeah.
As far as the variables of the economy are concerned.
You know, when an economy is slowing down, for the economy to peak, it is not something that is within a twinkle of an eye. It's a process. But you see, you need to see the signals, and the signals are clearly showing now, where there's some form of stability in terms of our exchange rates. Formerly, it was just going down on daily basis.
Well, the argument has been that following the decision by the Bank of Ghana to make sure that they controlled the foreign accounts of bank account holders. Definitely. And then when that decision was reverted.
That's not the only issue affected. There are so many factors.
Well, we know.
But the most important thing is that
but that's a critical factor.
We've all agreed that the economic situation is now improving. And it will not take a day. It will not take a day. It will span over a period. But my point is that when the economy becomes stabilized, we should safeguard the economy from going back into regression. And when we are able to do that, it will go a long way too. Because when the purchasing power of the people goes down, it affects their living standards. And that is all what the government needs to guard against, because within the past 4 or 5 months, things were very difficult for Ghanaians. Very, very
Now
difficult.
things are stable, in your opinion?
No, things are improving. It will not take a day.
When is Parliament resuming?
I believe that maybe in the first week of November.
No, first week of November.
Yeah, we believe that, Parliament is being rehabilitated now. And I believe that...
because of the structural
renovation,
works.
there's some structural work going on. And I believe that...
The concern even raised is that some people will be behind pillars.
Oh, no, not at all.
You never heard that? Reported or speculated?
No, even when the rehabilitation had not been done, we were not sitting behind pillars. No.
Oh, the backbenchers, some of them were
No, those are sitting places.
You are not a backbencher now.
No, those are sitting places.
You have moved to the middle. So
those are all sitting places earmarked for members of parliament.
It's true.
They are supposed to be
But when
occupied.
you are in the dark, the speaker even doesn't see you.
No, but it is the camera that sees you.
I'm not... It's a camera that sees you.
Yeah. If you want
the speaker needs to see you and call you. It's not the camera.
But what do you do when you want the speaker to catch your eye? You just stand up.
Okay.
And then when the speaker sees you...
There's an interesting story reported by the Business Day newspaper. It says that we can't fix the economy in 2 years. Mahama declares, saying, my eye is beyond 2016 elections. Just saying that, it's not as if he's doing
that's why I said political. It's a continuous process.
It's not political.
If you want to build a system, a very vibrant system, you need some time to do that. And that's why I say that Ghanaians need to continue supporting the government, especially with the measures government is taking.
Well, the government will be going to election.
When you look at road infrastructure,
the government will be going to election. The government will be going to election in 2016. So whether the the ordinary Ghanaian voter will support the government or not.
Oh, definitely. Ghanaians are going to support His Excellency the President in ensuring that our economic situations will be uplifted. Look at the energy sector. What is going on now? It's for the future. You cannot have the effect now. But government is investing heavily into the energy sector. The road sector to the same. Look at the various projects that within these few months, government has been able to secure just to open up the economy for growth. I just had a visit to the central region to look at some road networks within the region. And government is actually doing a lot of work. Yes. But a lot too needs to be done. A lot will always need to be done.
Once a country is going through a phase of development.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Theophilus Tetteh is a member of parliament for Ablekuma Central. And which of the committees are you on in parliament?
I'm the vice chairman for roads and transport, and then a member of the public accounts committee.
Thank you very much. And thanks for joining me. We know that our man, Kamaldeen Abdullah, a regular panelist on this very segment of the AM show, wasn't able to join us because he's had to tackle some other personal issues. And so we'll have to give him another time for him to give us his own views on issues of national concern. And that's been AM Talk on the AM show. We have a lot more for you. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.